Welcome, everyone. Today's article is titled Tom Cruise's Final Mission. Before we begin, how do we know when it's time to step away from something we've done for years? Whether it's an athlete, a teacher, or an actor, retirement isn't just an ending. It's a choice. Let's find out what Tom Cruise might be choosing. Let's start with a similar case. In 2013, legendary animator Hayao Miyazaki announced his retirement from filmmaking. Fans around the world felt a mix of sadness and gratitude, but like many creators, Miyazaki later returned, proving that some pauses are just part of the journey. Tennis legend Serena Williams retired in 2022 after over 20 years. She called it not retirement, but evolution to the next phase of life. In Avengers Endgame, Tony Stark sacrifices himself to save the world. The actor Robert Downey Jr. said it was the perfect way to say goodbye to a beloved role. When a long-running drama ends in Korea, it's common to see actors cry at press events. They often say goodbye not only to the show, but to a chapter of their lives. Tom Cruise has played Ethan Hunt for nearly 30 years. Ending this role is like closing a personal chapter in his life. Ethan Hunt isn't a perfect superhero. He struggles, fails, and keeps going. That's what makes him and Cruise relatable and inspiring. Cruise still performs dangerous stunts himself. Each scene becomes more intense, and the crew holds their breath. Cruise is beloved in South Korea, not just for movies, but for respect and fan service. Greeting fans in Korean? That's part of why he's so loved. Co-stars say working with Cruise feels like training for the Olympics. His energy and commitment lift everyone's game. There's no official word, but fans are treating this as the end. Even if it's not, the emotion and excitement feel like a grand farewell. Tom Cruise's story reminds us that endings aren't always sad. Sometimes they're a celebration of how far we've come and how we choose to move on. Now, let's move on to key expressions. Let's look at two key expressions. Number one is, hang up one's hat. This phrase is used when someone decides to end a long career or role. Let's take a look at the examples. In the first example, this highlights peaceful retirement. In the second example, this shows the emotional difficulty of retiring. Next is hold one's breath. This phrase is used when people are watching or waiting for something suspenseful. Let's take a look at the examples. In the first example, this reflects excitement and suspense. In the second example, this describes a high-stakes situation. Now let's review some useful vocabulary words from today's article. The phrase make a splash. This phrase is used when someone enters a scene or event in a bold, memorable way. In the example, this shows impact at a public event. Shed light on. This phrase is used when new information helps us understand something better. In the example, this shows how truth is revealed. Nerve-wracking. This word is used when describing high-pressure or emotionally intense situations. In the example, this shows emotional pressure during uncertainty. Great job today. Whether Tom Cruise really says goodbye or not, his story teaches us about legacy, passion, and knowing when to step back. Every ending is also a moment to celebrate, and maybe to take one last thrilling leap. See you next time for the review.